What's happening, everybody? So, yay for Bitcoin. Yay. All time high. That's cool. I think I saw 67,000 for one Bitcoin. That's amazing. That's 6,700,000 X. That is one asset in the world that has gained so much value more than anything else known to man so far. 6,500,000 X times that number times any figure. I mean, that's just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 6,500,000, 700,000 X, I'm sorry. And then, of course, you have a lot of guys in crypto who've been around who ignore products like Hex. And it's a shame. It's a damn shame. Listen, I know Hex looked like a foolish trolling scammy type of project. I know, because that's what I thought it was. And again, I was sadly mistaken. And instead of just having some type of updated view on things, right, with respect to some of these guys that are in crypto that have what they call an influence, right? Instead of them acknowledging that, it's no, can't do that. But such is the way things are. It's actually quite unfortunate. It's quite sad. It's overall sad when you can't admit when you're wrong and just give credit where it's due and recognize something for what it's done, for the good that it's done for untold amounts of people. I mean, what does that say about a person? Seriously, what does that say about a person? I mean, it's great. Bitcoin, is on a tear, thanks to the world allowing middlemen to enter the space. I think that's a bit of a quandary in itself. It's a little bizarre, but hey, it is what it is. Crypto's for everybody, including middlemen, regulators, bankers. I mean, you're talking about an ETF. And it's true, that's what the community was waiting for. Wait till Bitcoin gets an ETF, then it's just to the moon, right? Well, here it is. Bravo. Hopefully this will create attention and quote unquote mass adoption. Who knows? But there's just, listen, you have to update your worldview. I used to be very fond of Bitcoin. I used to be very, very fond of Bitcoin. And in certain aspects, I still am, because if it weren't for Bitcoin, I wouldn't be involved learning and about crypto. I wouldn't care. So Bitcoin will always be and hold a special place with me. It is what it is. But overall, after that, man, there's a lot that needs to be seen with Bitcoin. Good old Bitcoin. But I'm glad that it reached its all-time high, right? Most certainly happy, very happy for that, because everything else pretty much right now is following, the blueprint. What other asset class, groups of assets that we know that have amassed 6,700,000 times its value on this planet. Like, what do we know? Has gold done that? Has any type of precious metals done that? Has any type of real estate venture, have any type of companies been able to anything? Blue chip, whatever chip, companies, commodities, anything? Can we think of nothing? So listen, this is a special situation. It's a special time. It's a special time. And I get that. But people have to keep it real. People have to just simply be honest and true to themselves. And you have to give Hex its respect. You listen. Many people won't. Many people won't. Many people won't. Even when Pulse launches, people will still talk trash about Hex. Because people still talk trash about other things that work. People talk trash about Ethereum, and with good reason right now, because Ethereum is not representing the way it should. When you have a blockchain that we've been waiting 6 years to launch 2.0 and it's taking forever, and the fees are outrageous, which is what prompted the founder of Hex to create a new blockchain. Simple as that. Because the fees with Ethereum are just like, they're just bananas. It's quite comical. Tragically though. Tragically comedic in nature at this point for right now. And guess what? Ethereum still has it's the largest ecosystem with respect to smart contracts and DeFi. It's the largest. It's the largest. But it from what it looks like, it seems like Ethereum is hurting. It's hurting a lot of good projects out here. It really is. It really is. Because how many teams, how many developers, how many companies, how many et cetera, has been kind of like put on halts, waiting for Ethereum to get their crap together. Because everything is just, the fees are just, they're crazy. It's just too expensive to do the simplest things. Simplest things like just to sending and receiving, well, basically sending, paying to send, exchange, whatever it is that you're doing on these exchanges, you're going to pay an arm and a leg in gas fees. Something that 2 years ago, we didn't even see this coming, and look what happened. Man, this year with Ethereum has just been like insane, embarrassing. Like, it's shameful. It's shameful. You got projects on halt. You know what I mean? And it seemed like they don't care. And maybe, like a friend of mine says, because they have their money. You know, the miners don't care. The miners don't care. They're making a killing. They're making a killing. You know? But going back to these influencers, you know, they'll continue to influence and ignore what's staring at them in the face. It's a silent battle. It's like I wouldn't even say silent. There's something going on, because I mean, what is it gonna take? Richard Hart promised, well, not promised, he kind of promised, maybe predicted, that his product Hex was going to reach 10,000x in 2.5 years, mimicking what Ethereum did. Within a certain frame of time, Ethereum amassed 10,000x. So why wouldn't Hex? I mean, Hex is designed a special way. This is what Richard has claimed. And I thought that was an absolute joke. I'm like, 10,000x. Now, come on, man. Stop giving us these fairy tales. 10,000x in 2.5 years. And guess what? It did it in less than 2 years. It reached 10,000x. Like, in our time, in our lifetime. And it didn't take 11 years. It didn't take 5 years. It didn't take 2.5 years. Less than 2 years. A little over a year and a half. I mean, what, 18, 19 months, something like that? Something remarkable. So it deserves its props. It deserves its props. And this is why I don't listen to these big time YouTubers that talk about crypto. Because to me, they're regular people who just talk ish all the time and have just been able to amass followings by whatever. Whether they're paid to shill, whatever they got going on, worked for them. The algorithm works with them in a favorable way so that they can amass a huge following and lead their people wayward. I can't be bothered with them, man. I cannot. The same zeal that the Michael Saylors of the world just recently had, because he just jumped on crypto, because he was against crypto back in 2013, heavily against crypto, and he just jumped on board last year. And he's like a pioneer for Bitcoin. And his understanding, and when you hear him speak about Bitcoin and crypto and what it's actually created for and what it can do and bring to the world, you're like, wow. You hearing him speak, you're like, wow, this guy is an amazing type of speaker, man. He includes like thermonuclear energy, evolution, first principles, and talks all this lofty stuff. Like it's great. And believe me, I enjoy hearing him speak about Bitcoin, because I'm like, yeah, boy, go BTC. But then there's others. there's other people who try to follow and, whatever, the community that just enjoy BTC, and that's all they think about, though. That's all that matters to them. Nothing else matters. And that's just being disingenuous. They're being incredibly disingenuous. For whatever it's worth, I mean, with Hex, like I'm to hear people say that their lives have changed for the better. Like, people have suffered all types of social ills in life and then found Hex, and that's even helped them improve, their quality of life by whatever level. I think that's a win. I think that's a plus. I think that needs to be celebrated. But because you have a great deal of toxicity and negative energy, people are bitter. Folks are just salty. They don't want you to be well off. They don't want you to be wealthy. A lot of times you hear these Bitcoin maximalists talk about, Bitcoin is for the people and shit. Excuse my language, because I think I'm going to be going there. I'm going to be in that bag, but not trying to curse, but it is what it is. We're all adults. They'll say it's for everybody, but I have a hard time. I mean, I get it's for everybody. Anybody who wants can have a fraction. Everyone's not going to have a whole coin. Castle Grayskull made that very clear, that everyone, not only is 21 million, is only 21 million of a B, but everyone on this planet will not, even more so, not be able to have at least one, because Castle Grayskull and folks like them have made that possible. Folks like Castle Grayskull, OGs who have untold hundreds of thousands Bitcoin. They say Satoshi wallet has 1 million Bitcoin. Like, it's just like, it just makes me think, man, like, you're saying this is the one opportunity that's available for everybody, but then everyone can't have the same amount that you have. What does one person need 80,000 Bitcoin for? Like, What does one person need all that? You know, the greed factor. The greed factor is so real. Remove the toxicity out of your life and mindset. Because then you'll be able to smile. You'll be able to laugh and be free and jovial. Like, seriously. When you eliminate so much noise, so much chaos, so much distraction, it's you feel lighter. You're able to have a little bit more clarity and energy and face the obstacles that you're faced with, with motivation to topple over them things, man. That you go to like crypto Twitter, it's nothing but negativity, man. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, because Twitter is nothing, man. There's not even a place. It's not a place. But people they just seek, and look, it's not a shot to any community that likes Twitter, but I'm talking about the toxicity, the venomous interactions that take place among people using social media when it's about folks trying to become financially empowered, right? People are trying to really create generational wealth. People are really trying to retire early so they don't have to really exchange their time for a weekly or bi-weekly allowance that they get from their employers. People are really trying to find ways where they can become debt-free. And you're faced with an insurmountable mountain or wall of hate, wall of bitterness, wall of vitriol, animosity. Forget all that. Forget all that. No one has time for that. No one has time for that, man. No one has time for that. That's why when you find something that works for you, you hold on to it and dismiss all the drama. Because one thing that's very true, whether people want to accept it or not, when you're doing good, you're going to have haters, or else you wouldn't be doing anything good. You're not doing well if you don't have any haters. That's just what it is. And look at what Hex has done. Look what Hex is doing. And wait till Pulse launches. Like, just think about this for a second. A blockchain, an entire blockchain is being created that is actually being forked over Ethereum, from Ethereum, copying mostly the entire Ethereum state onto Pulse, starting at zero price. Zero. Bitcoin started at zero. Ethereum started at zero. The top blockchains of the world started at zero. At some point, they started at zero. What ICO for Ethereum was, on Etherscan, it says 33 cents last I checked, which was a long time ago. I don't know if it should be the same, but you get my point. Ethereum, what, $4,000 today? 33 cents to $4,000. I told you about Bitcoin, something that was worth less than a penny, less than a cent. Fractions. Reached $67,000. And Pulsechain is promising to be a more efficient, better blockchain than Ethereum. And you're going to miss out, or you're going to be mad at that? Why do you think people are still sacrificing today for Ethereum? For Pulse. They're still sacrificing. Richard Hart already made it clear, like, yo, these dum-dums are still sacrificing, but you know what? He's going to be merciful, and they're going to get something. Even though the rate is just horrendous, but they're going to get something for their sacrifice. I don't know. Who knows? This all remains to be seen, but like right now, for $1, you get 93 points. 93 Pulse. That's compared to $1 with 10,000 points. Today is $1.93. Oh man, that's a big difference. But this is the length. These, people who really understand, whether it's you're chasing some kind of pump, you just, you want to chase some money, or understand how this works, and looking at this from a long-term perspective. If you're looking at it long term, you see this as opportunity that you just can't pass up. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Because the things that are going on right now are unbelievably weird. So you want to have some type of tool on your side to help you manage and navigate through this maze of confusion. There's 20,000 types of different cryptos out here, and it grows by the day. It grows by the day. The last I checked, there were 20,000 cryptos listed on some of these like coin ranking sites. Coin ranking sites. Don't even get me started with that whole gatekeeping. The whole gatekeeping business. Ridiculous. But it shows you how people are. It shows you how toxic the game is. I mean, the scams, it's just a part of life. It's a part of life, but don't allow that poison to fester and become who you are. Don't allow that crap to seep through. You have your force field. Your force field, your shield is called, you did your own research. Let that be your armor. Let that protect and repel all that negative nonsense. And hold true to what you believe in. If Hex took care of you, allow Hex to continue to take care of you. What's the problem with that? Right. It's because nobody wants to see you win. Not nobody, but I say so many people don't want to see you win, I should say. It's unfortunate because guess what? Even through loss, there's opportunity to win. So either way, you can't lose. Take care.